brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting the Queen of Country, the coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn, October 17th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Great look at the Space Needle. Great to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk right here at Safeco Field. Well, every game critical for the Tampa Bay Rays. They have really hit the skids at the wrong time. They've only won 3 of their last 14 games, and they are clinging to a wild card spot right now. Look who's putting on the heat. Baltimore just a game back. The Indians just a game back. And the Yankees only 2.5 off the pace. The Yankees hosting the AL's best Red Sox today. Boston looking for a 4-game sweep with the game tied at 1 in the 5th. 2 men on for that man, Robinson Cano, one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. More proof why. The double to left, that'll score a pair. Put the Yankees up 3-1. And right now the Yankees with a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Down the coast to Baltimore we go. The O's hosting the White Sox. Baltimore also looking for a sweep of the 4-game get-together. But the White Sox will not go down quietly. Up 2-1 in the 5th. That's Adam Dunn at the dish. And Dunn belts his 31st homer of the season. It's a 2-run shot. The White Sox with a 4-1 lead in the top of the 8th. 3 more games today with wild card implications. The Indians taking on the New York Mets. The Indians and Mets tied at 1, top of the 8th. The Rangers up 1-0 early on the Angels. And coming up in just a bit, the A's will have Bartolo Colon on the mound as they face the Houston Astros. Going to be quite a race in the American League down the stretch here during the final month of the season. Stick around. We got baseball coming your way from Safeco Field on a gorgeous Sunday in Seattle.
By BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Good to have you with us this afternoon, everybody, here at Safeco Field. Starting pitchers today, it's a good matchup. Matt Moore has won his last 7. He won 8 in a row to start the season. Erasmo Ramirez throwing the ball pretty well for the Mariners. He will be his opponent today. What do you like about this matchup here today?
Well, Ramirez, he beat Tampa Bay earlier this year in Tampa. He went 5 in the third, gave up 4 earned runs in that one. But since then, his last 4 outings, he's really been pitching well. And I think if you look at that outing against Tampa Bay, a couple of home runs to Ben Zobrist. Want to stay away from Zobrist. Zobrist in the lineup today, but he had 2 home runs off of Ramirez in Tampa. Overall for Ramirez, command your fastball, use your slider effectively. He's going to need his changeup against the left-handed hitters in the lineup. But for Ramirez, we saw it last night. If you can pitch down with the Rays the way that they've been struggling lately, he should have some success. Try to keep the ball on the ground.
Meanwhile, Matt Moore made the All-Star team, pitched an inning there. He's on a 7-game winning streak. What makes him so tough lately?
Well, everybody talks about his fastball. He'll be 92 to 95 miles an hour. I think it's his changeup. His changeup is the pitch that he will use when he gets into trouble or wants to put hitters away. So the Mariners will have to be aware of that. The Mariners this year, they have struggled against left-handers, and he has pitched well in his career. As you can see against the Mariners, a 1.8 ERA for Moore. I think that you have to be patient for him. He can walk some guys at times. He also has 121 strikeouts in 126 2/3 innings.
Matt Moore second in winning percentage to Matt Scherzer in the American League. It's Kids Appreciation Day, and afterwards they're going to fly those capes around the base paths, and that's going to be a fun thing. But first, big-time baseball. We got the Rays and the Mariners. First pitch is straight ahead. What a great day for flying above Elliott Bay as you make your way down here to Safeco Field. Get across Lake Union where these folks are having at it. Looks like that's an enjoyable afternoon, and they can continue that afternoon here at Safeco Field with the Mariners looking for a sweep against the Tampa Bay Rays. Good Sunday afternoon to you, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew here at Safeco Field. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays batting order that will face Erasmo Ramirez.
Manager Joe Madden, he is going with a veteran lineup today, making a few changes. The Mariners looking to try to sweep the Rays, but things haven't gone well for him. He will have David DeJesus leading off. Then it's Zobrist. Again, Zobrist, a couple of home runs off of Ramirez earlier. Longoria, a lot of success against the Mariners this year, a 400 average with a couple of home runs. Then it's Scott, the DH, hitting cleanup. Loney, Joyce, Johnson. First time we've seen Johnson, he will hit 7th. Lobaton and Sam Cole, the center fielder, rounding out the 9 for the Rays. For Ramirez on the year, 5-1 record. ERA has steadily been coming down. That's good to see. Opponent's average 267 against him. He's given up 11 home runs this year, so you want to keep the ball on the ground here at Safeco.
We are ready for action. Veteran outfielder David DeJesus to lead it off. Traded by the Cubs to the Nationals on August 19th. On the 23rd, traded by the Nationals to the Rays. And it looks at strike one. Umpires for today's ball game: Paul Schreiber behind home plate, Jeff Kellogg at first, Mike Malinsky at second, and Chad Fairchild at third base. 66 degrees, wind out of the west at 3. And another strike to DeJesus. Didn't like that call. 0-2. Wolcott is the umpire at second base in place of Mike Malinsky.
Mike from this area. Hopefully he's out enjoying the weather somewhere. Nice day for it.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. DeJesus is gone.
Looks like a good changeup from Ramirez. That's going to be an important pitch against all the left-handed hitters for the Rays. And the T-Mobile defense for the Mariners this afternoon. Michael Saunders getting the start in left field. Abraham Almonte in center. And Franklin Gutierrez is your right fielder. On the infield, Kyle Seager at third base. Brad Miller at shortstop. Dustin Ackley getting the start at second base. Nick Franklin out. Ackley at second. Smoke the first baseman. Henry Blanco will do the catching this afternoon.
Ben Zobrist the hitter.
I would imagine Nick Franklin probably has a pretty good knot on the back of his head after taking that knee from Justin Smoke.
You know, I talked to him before the game, and he said he hadn't been hit that hard since he was a defensive back in high school football. And didn't go out of, it hurt like heck, got a little nauseous.
A little whiplash too.
Yeah. He didn't check out or anything, but he said, boy, did it hurt. 1-1. Zobrist throws the head of the bat out there and gets a base hit. Homered twice against Ramirez. Last time they faced off back on Tuesday, August 13th.
Solid line drive. This is an off-speed pitch. It looks like the changeup. It is the changeup. Middle of the plate.
Here's Evan Longoria. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs, strikeouts, total bases, runs, and at bats and games played. Not been on the DL this year.
Hit a 2-run home run in last night's ball game.
Boy, kudos again to James Paxton, winning his major league debut, going 6 innings, a 4-hit, 2-run ball, 1 earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. And he had a big family and friends contingent here last night. They made a lot of noise during the post game. It was great. Good for him.
It was impressive. I think we saw the type of stuff that we expected from him. But I think more than anything, the way that he composed himself. I'm sure he was excited, probably nervous. Was able to go out and throw strikes, keep the ball on the ground. Had a good fastball, topping out at 98 miles an hour.
Really nice work last night. 6 innings, had 11 ground ball outs. Good for him. 2-0 here to Longoria. There's a strike. Difficult road trip to say the least for these Rays. 2-7 on the strip, 0-3 at the A's, 2-2 at the Angels, and the Mariners have won the first 2 here. Joe Madden said this West Coast trip, seen a couple uncharacteristic defensive plays, so the guys are just in a little bit of a fog here. 2-2. Rays 6-10 on the road against the American League West. 2-2 to Longoria. Works a full count.
Well, Ramirez trying to keep the ball away from Longoria. Good idea. Longoria with 29 home runs on the year, but all the pitches, all 5 pitches to him away. Luke Scott waiting on deck, veteran left-handed hitter.
Runner goes. Ball swung on. Right center field. Almonte. There plenty of time. 2 outs. Well, here's a guy coming up. Luke Scott, who was on deck when the game ended with a double play in the 9th inning. Noted Mariner tormentor. A career .286 hitter with 6 homers, 28 RBIs against Seattle. Picked up a hit a couple of nights ago. He's done damage against the Mariners in this uniform and the Baltimore Orioles. Starts him out with a breaking ball, strike 1.
Ramirez, we're talking about him pitching well in his last few starts. I think one of the big changes is he seems to throw more breaking balls and changeups. Think of him more as a fastball guy, 92 to 95 miles an hour, but his fastball percentage is usually about 50%. There's a good fastball in on the hands of Luke.
0-2.
I've seen him really mix up his pitches. You can see through 15 pitches, just 47% fastballs for Ramirez.
Scott with a game-tying double as a pinch hitter Friday in the 8th inning.
The big key to that is you have to be able to throw that breaking ball for a strike early in counts. Otherwise you can get in trouble, but he's shown the ability to do that over his last 4 outings.
One upstairs and missed. 1-2. Ramirez, 23 years old, out of Rivas, Nicaragua. Held on by Blanco on the swing and a foul tip. So Ramirez off to a nice start here at Safeco Field this sunny Sunday. Mariners coming to bat. Very high level, second most wins in the American League. That he'll be a tough task today for the Mariners. Let's take a look at their batting order.
For the Mariners, leading off, it will be Brad Miller. Abraham Almonte, he's had a base hit in all of his starts so far, so he will hit second. Then it's Kyle Seager third. Morales last night 3 for 4 with a home run and a couple of RBIs for the DH, hitting cleanup today. Then it's Gutierrez. Saunders smoked with a home run in last night's game. He will hit seventh. Ackley and Blanco rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. For more impressive numbers, 15-3, a 3.27 ERA, 121 strikeouts, 60 walks for him. Giving up 10 home runs this year. Good fastball. He'll be in the low to mid 90s at times. Changeup, slider, curveball. That's an impressive record. He's had a lot of run support this year, but he's a quality pitcher, quality left-hander.
Works from the third base side of the rubber. Brad Miller fouls one back up this way. First time Brad seeing Matt Moore. Miller 0 for 4 with a run scored last night. Got a sacrifice bunt down. Turned out to be a big one in the fifth. Ground ball through the hole. Base hit.
And the T-Mobile defense for the Rays this afternoon. Joyce is in left field. Bold getting his first start in center. De Jesus out in right. On the infield, Evan Longoria, the third baseman. Ben Zobrist moves from second over to shortstop. Johnson getting his first start at second base. James Loney at first. And Jose Lobaton will do the catching.
Keep an eye on scores here. Tampa Bay, a 1-game lead in the wild card chase over Baltimore and Cleveland. 2.5 over the Yankees. 3.5 Kansas City. Here's Almonte. One Abraham. Almonte started in center last night. 1 for 2. Got a bunt down, a safety squeeze. Got a base hit out of it. Laid down a bunt in the first inning. Move along a runner. Oh, 2. Boy, here's a score for you early on from one of the earlier games. Top of the 6th in St. Louis. Cardinals 9-0 over Pittsburgh. Side, Lobaton keeps it in front. Cardinals start today a half game up on the Pirates, beating up on them the last couple of nights.
The Pirates have been struggling lately. They've lost 3 in a row. Looks like it's going to be 4 hearing that score.
They got 1 hit through 6.
Cincinnati trying to hang in there.
Tell you what,
game and a half back.
Billy Hamilton has not had a plate appearance. If they get him on base, he's stolen bases for Dusty Baker. Some score yet, stolen base.
4 steals, scored 3 runs for him without an at bat.
Limited action, right?
I think that there are going to be a lot of managers and general managers eyeing that, and might be something that you see as a trend on the benches for teams next year, having that guy that can come in and get into scoring position for you.
Somewhere Herb Washington is smiling. He was basically the designated runner for the great A's teams that won 3 consecutive championships in the early 70s. What an asset, though.
Wow.
And he's going. And Dusty said, "Hey, I've played with all the great ones and played with and against the great ones during his time." He says he puts this kid right up there.
Have you seen him?
Just the clips,
yeah.
But he said,
it's impressive though.
He generally goes on the first pitch.
Yeah, the clips are he's impressive.
We missed him when we were in Cincinnati. 2-2 Almonte. The full count.
So far, a good at bat for Almonte. Behind 0-2 and works it back to full. Kyle Seager waiting on deck. I think especially this time of the year when the rosters expand, why not have a guy like that on the bench?
No doubt. Washington, a great 50 and 60-yard champion of Michigan State years ago. Payoff pitch here to Almonte. Miller takes off. Pitch hit right to the second baseman. And they'll get 2 for their troubles. As we move on to Kyle Seager. Tough break.
I was watching Brad. It was kind of strange. You mentioned that he had taken off. Then he stopped and then started again. Not sure why he decided to stop. Not sure it would have made a difference either.
The double play turned by Kelly Johnson, Ben Zobrist, and James Loney brings up Kyle Seager.
Harris had their struggles against left-handed pitching this year. 8 games under 500 against left-handed starters, hitting just .228 as a team.
The obligatory question: can you put your finger on it? What's up with that?
Well, I think there's a couple of things for it. One, Justin has not had the year that he's needed to have hitting from the right side of the plate. That has hurt. The other, Michael Morris, was not available, another right-handed hitter. And the other one, Franklin Goodyear, is not available. So they had guys that they thought would help them hitting against the lefties this year, but just hasn't worked out that way. So those are three guys that will be hitting in the middle of your lineup. That has cost you some. You'll have to make some adjustments over the course of the winter. Franklin now back and in the lineup today, which is good to see. Morris has moved on, and Justin just hasn't been his year hitting right-handed.
0-2 strikes.
Eric Wedge, I think it was yesterday, might have been the day before, when he was having his little round table before the game. He said that was something that Justin was going to have to get corrected and straightened out over the winter.
Doesn't have any home runs right-handed. 1-2. Loney is slick fielding a first baseman as there is. Moore covers, and that'll do it. Double play, big help to Matt Moore. Nothing across for the Mariners here in the first. Great deal for the whole gang. Select view level seats for only $10. For tickets and a list of all special offers at Safeco Field, go to mariners.com/specials. Don't forget, Wednesday, Kings Court will be an afternoon final matinee. And as you can see, we are blessed with blue sky and a temperature of 66 degrees here this Sunday afternoon as James Loney stands in to lead off the second. One to James. Ramirez deals 0-1. Loney pops one. That'll be just out of the reach of Kyle Seager. Loney's 7th in the American League in hitting at .303. Swinging the bat free and easy. Had a lot of pressure on him in L.A. when he's with the Dodgers to hit home runs. Never been a big home run guy, but good looking athlete. I guess those expectations.
And in the position that he plays,
first base, premium power position.
Right, but you can't make somebody do something that they're not capable of doing. I think you're better off just letting him be a hitter, take what you can get. And as you've seen this year with the Rays, hitting over 300 for him.
Joe Madden, very up front, he says, "Hey man, good to have you with us. Just go do what you do." Real simple.
Plays a Gold Glove caliber first base, picks up his hits, gets on base.
Two and 2 Loney to be followed by Matt Joyce and Kelly Johnson. this one's playable. Seager calling everybody off. One down here in the second. Going to bring up Matt Joyce. Matt played in Friday's game, went 1 for 4 with a walk.
Don't want to go to sleep on him. You start talking about their lineup. It seems that he kind of hides in their lineup somewhere, but he has 17 home runs on the year. He can hurt you.
Like right now, deep drive right field. Goody at the fence. Oh, man.
So don't sleep on him.
Remember, was it 2 years ago? He came in here the first third of the season, was a top 3 or 4 hitter in batting average.
Right. Now you take a look at it. This is an off-speed pitch. That's a changeup, and he hangs it 77 miles an hour, just above the belt. And Franklin Gutierrez right in front of the wall makes the catch.
There's a drive to right field. Goody on the case right there, and Ramirez goes 1, 2, 3 in the second. 8 pitches in that inning. For the Mariners, it'll be Morales, Gutierrez, and Saunders coming up. To retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Beautiful day. Kids going to get a chance to wear their Felix Hernandez capes and run around the bases at the conclusion of today's contest. Kendrys Morales will lead it off for the Mariners, coming off a 3 for 4 night, 2 runs batted in. And also a home run, his 19th of the year. Morales retaking the batting average lead on the Mariners at 282 to Kyle Seager's 281. Leads the club in doubles. Runs batted in. Here's a drive deep to left. Going back and goodbye. Home run. Kendrys Morales, his 20th of the year. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead here in the second inning.
Kendrys, his 20th home run on the year. He didn't mess around. Jumps on a first pitch fastball. One of the better fastballs that Moore has thrown so far. Take a look at it. 93 miles an hour, and Kendrys turns it around. McDonald Supermo, as you take a look at the shadow.
Oh, that's nice. Good stuff, fellas. Guys and girls, down in the truck and around the ballpark. That's a really good shot. There's Goody.
This will help Mariners batting average against the lefties.
75th RBI, his 20th home run, 396 feet. That's the 11th home run given up by Matt Moore. Good breaking ball by Matt Moore. He exhales like a linebacker plugging a hole with a dive play.
Even when he's throwing his changeups.
Yeah, right.
The last pitch, 83 miles an hour.
There you go. Beat him with that high. First strikeout for Moore. One down here in the second.
Bring up Michael Saunders. Michael had a good night last night. He was 2 for 3 with a double. Also drove in a run.
Strike one to Michael. .98 hitter against lefty pitcher. Moore, born in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, lives in Edgewood, New Mexico. Breaking ball hit the other way for a base hit. Work there by Saunders. Here comes Justin Smoke. Time for Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Good work on Friday and Saturday, Mike.
Good to see him hot, swinging the bat well. Take a look at this. The game winner drives in 2 runs for the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th inning. They end up winning that game. Last night, it's his 16th home run of the season out into the Mariner bullpen. Jumped on a 2-0 fastball out in the pen. He's been swinging the bat well lately. Good series for him. Good to see.
Shift on against Justin Smoke. So 2 hits on the inning for the Mariners. Smoke against lefties. 186. No homers, 4 runs batted in. Had Moore named to the All-Star team during the midsummer. He was selected to replace Yu Darvish. Pitched in the game through a scoreless 5th.
Typically, Michael Saunders will draw some throws at first, but the Mariners have been aggressive on the bases in this series. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few pitch outs.
About 3 for 7 on the homestand. These little guys on the out in left field on the third baseline.
We'll make quick work of that hot dog.
Oh yeah, early hot dog action. Bounded into the glove of overtime. Ball and 2 strikes. Smoke 1 for 8 against Matt Moore. ball. Big foul. Matt Moore in his 4th start against the Mariners got a record of 1-1, a 1.80 ERA. Here at Safeco Field. Just 1 start last August 14th, 2012. Rays lost 3-2. Moore pitched well though, 7 innings, 1 run, a walk, and 9 Ks. Scrambles, keeps it in front, 2-2. Home run by Morales, a base hit by Saunders. Smoke trying to add to it. 2-2 pitch. Full count.
We're talking about Moore at the top, and his changeup, his best pitch, and he's struggling with it right now, having a tough time getting it anywhere near the plate. Keeps bouncing it up there. It's a good sign for the Mariners. See that last changeup hitting right off the corner of the plate.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Flips it foul. We'll do it again. One out, Saunders at first, full count. And a swing and a miss. Smoke's gone. Second strikeout from Matt Moore.
After a bunch of change-ups, he comes back and throws a fastball by Justin. This fastball at 93 miles an hour. Again, he has a good fastball. At times you'll see it up at around 95. A good fastball for Moore.
White Sox trying to close out Baltimore. It's 9-2 in Baltimore, bottom of the 9th. Angels and Rangers 1-1, bottom of the 3rd.
What I'm watching today is Cleveland.
Yeah.
They just went to the bottom of the 9th inning, and they're losing 2-1 to the Mets.
And Houston's up 1-0 at Oakland. That's in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Cleveland 1 game behind these Rays for that second wild.
You called that one. Remember a couple of weeks ago went over the schedule. He said look out for them.
For the Indians, yeah, they're creeping in there. They feel like they let one get away if they lose 2-1.
Well, no, but they've benefited as much as anybody with this recent fall here by Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
2-0 here to Ackley. 3-0. On deck is Henry Blanco. Ackley works a 4-pitch walk. And the Mariners already have the home run by Morales here in the 2nd. They've got 2 aboard. Saunders with the base hit. Now Ackley.
19 pitches in the inning. He is struggling with his command. Mariners going to have their first opportunity to hit with a runner in scoring position this afternoon.
Time to play that favorite parlor game. This guy is due. Henry Blanco 0 for 23 and 1 for his last 30. Saunders with excellent speed. Ditto Ackley. Strike 1. pulled up 1-1. Grand slams on his ledger. One in Oakland, his first game as a Mariner, then hit one in Boston. Oh, 2 strikes now to Henry with Copeland aboard, 2 outs. Matt Moore, not only is he riding a 7-game win streak, he's got a great road record as well. 8-1, a 3.02 ERA. Blanco 1-2. He did go, and that'll do it. So strikes out 3 in the inning. He gives up a home run and a base hit. Mariners with a 1-0 lead. Paolo Banez, Kyle Singer, and that brings us to our AT&T trivia question. When was the last time the Mariners had 3 or more players with 20 or more home runs in a season? 03, 05, 07, 09. I'll go 03.
03 is your guess?
First pitch is a strike to Jose Lobaton, the switch hitting catcher, Tampa Bay. Mariners needed 8 pitches to get through the second inning. Struck out 2 in the first inning.
I'll go with 7.
All right, get back to that. Foul. George Hendrick has to move out of the way. Lobaton 0 for 2 last night, couple of walks. 2-2. Fouled off Blanco. Fans right now agreeing with Mike on 07 as being the choice. 2-2. That will stay fair. And let's see, did he get it? And the call's made. Jeff Kellogg, he made sure Ramirez grabbed the ball with his bare hand. Gets the out.
Well, Smoke stayed behind the base to give. He thought maybe it would hit the base, so he gives himself some room, but it hits right on the front edge and doesn't get to him. So Ramirez, who was running over to cover, looks like he picks it up with his bare hand. Oh, missed it the first time.
Elegant it wasn't, but effective it was. He seems smiling. Like, what the heck is going on here? Here's Sam Fuld, center fielder.
Well, Justin played it right. He has to stay back because if it hits the base, it can go just about anywhere. So he wanted to give himself some room. Fortunately, hit right on the front edge and just stayed there. Good job by Ramirez to get over there. He was covering, and good job to stay with the play.
One full.
Wow, good pitch.
Strike two. That off. Good job to get a piece of that one. Blowout loss Monday. Fuld got a chance to pitch. Third position player to pitch in Rays franchise history. Josh Wilson, who played here with the Mariners in 07, and Wade Boggs in 99 did it. J.B. Shuff on 5 pitches. And here's Fuld walking on a 3-2 pitch. 1 out in the third.
See it from time to time with Ramirez. He'll start to fall off the mound towards the first base side, almost spinning off of the mound. That's typically when he loses command of his fastball. We saw that there with the last couple of pitches, so hopefully he'll get back in line.
Top of the order, David DeJesus struck out the first time, opening up the ball game. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk so far for Ramirez. Fuld takes off, got a great jump, throw down to second. They got Fuld hung up, flip to, oh, and that one's missed by Miller. Oh boy.
It was almost a great play by Dustin Ackley at second base. It was not a good throw by Blanco down to second, and Dustin tried to keep it in front of him. Take a look at it. Fuld takes off, a quick throw, but he just spikes it right on the edge of the cut of the grass, and Dustin tried to body up on it. Anytime you see the ball around the cut of the grass as an infielder, they have no idea if it's going to come up, go flat on him, so he just put his body in front of it.
Fuld got a great jump. It was a hit and run, and then he stopped at the 3/4 mark.
But that's the reason why Henry rushed his throw, because of the jump that Fuld had.
Oh, and 2 here to DeJesus. Stolen base for Sam Fuld. He is now 7 out of 9. On 2 strikes. DeJesus 4 for his last 26. Rick Wedge, Rodney Thompson. Hoping for a good strong finish here in September for the Mariners. Here's Ackley. Nice grab. throws out to Jesus. Down to third goes Sam Full. There are 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Send your youngsters back to school in style with a Mariners lunchbox. Just one of the many items you'll enjoy when you sign your child up for the Mariners Kids Club. Join right now for only $5 and you're going to get a cap, a lanyard, Kids Club book, plus $1 tickets to future games. So sign your mini Mariners up right now. Mariners.com/Kids Club. Ben Zobrist sees the ball quite well from Mr. Ramirez. He is now 4 out of 5 with 2 home runs. First inning base hit to right. Two and 0. Here's the first strike, 2-1. Multi-talented player, Ben Zobrist. And the outfield, play the infield for you. And a 5-game hitting streak ended yesterday. 2-1. Almonte make that to left field. Almonte coming over to help him out. And makes the play. As Saunders thought he had a play, and he salutes Almonte. My man, thank you very much. Mariners lead at 1-0. Wishes to Dorothy Rudolph. She's celebrating her 100th birthday. That is today. Born in Spokane in 1913. How about this? It's an interesting story. We'll talk about it as we move along here in the 3rd inning. Brad Miller, Abraham Almonte, and Kyle Seager, the hitters here against Matt Moore. Now back by Matt. Her niece, Ann Aslin, writes in that Dorothy's an avid fan of the Mariners, watches the Mariners games every night. Her favorite player was Dan Wilson, and she wears his jersey to the dining hall every opening day. She loves baseball and just really enjoys the game. She lives in Rockwood Manor in Spokane, taught school for 30 years, beginning in a one-room schoolhouse on her grandfather's farm outside Walla Walla in Wallula, and then in La Crosse, Washington. After a few years break, Dorothy taught 4th grade at Lincoln Elementary School and Hutton Elementary School. Base hit to right field on a 1-1 pitch by Brad Miller. And in the year that Dorothy was born, County Max A's beat John McGraw's Giants in the World Series. So she taught at Hutton Elementary School. Total of 25 years with the Spokane District 81. Many of her students from Lincoln School are coming to help celebrate. So we're such a big fan of Mariner baseball. So we salute you, Dorothy, on your 100th birthday. That's
happy
great.
birthday, and thanks for being a fan. That's great.
Here, here. Good day for Brad Miller. 2 for 2. Couple base hits to right. Here's Almonte. Shows bunt, gets it down. Moore off the mound. One play at first. And another piece of small ball executed quite nicely by Abraham Almonte.
I'll have to go back and look, but I think he's dropped down a bunt in every start that he's had. Either a sacrifice or a base hit.
It is really good to see.
Squares around early, gets the barrel at the top of the strike zone. He knows if the ball is above the barrel of the bat, he can take it for a ball.
Well, it's his second sacrifice.
Does a good job.
Yes, he does.
A safety squeeze last night. Ended up getting a base hit out of that.
Yep. Well, that's a good immediate impact by Almonte, playing just his 9th game. Want to know, Seager bounced out the first. Morales' 20th home run leading off the second has the Mariners ahead. 75th RBI for Kendricks. And he's on deck. One on one to count.
Kyle has improved his batting against left-handers this year. Look at his numbers last year. He's struggled a little bit against the left-handers, but this year's average up, and he's 10 home runs off of lefties this year.
256 batting average starting today against left-handers. Got a 1-1. Back safely is Miller. Mariners fed the leadoff man aboard in each of the first 3 innings here. Single, homer, single. Miller's been involved twice with the singles. Tell you what, after this year, not that he snuck up on anybody this year, but I think next year Seager's going to start getting kudos in that as we head into the 2014 season. What he's done this season and last season.
Well, everywhere that we go, opposing teams, they all appreciate his work.
Helicopter flying above. Two and two, another pickoff attempt. Back safely is Miller.
Maybe he'll throw one away, help us out. Out in front, run scored. Kyle Seager, 77, leading the club.
Got a 2-2 pitch coming here from Matt Moore. Popped it up and it's playable. Longoria calling for it. 2 outs.
You can see Matt Moore, scouting report on him. A lot of fastballs, right around 62%. Velocity just over 92 miles an hour for his average. Opponent's hitting 254 off of his fastballs. Changeup. Talked about that as best pitch. Opponent's only hitting 137 off of his changeup. When we put Kendricks on and go after Franklin Gutierrez. Kendricks seen one pitch, and that one was deposited up into the bleachers in left field for his 20th home run of the year.
So Morales, this will be his 4th intentional walk. breaks a tie from Michael Saunders. Now the team leader in this department.
I think Joe Madden is looking at his batting average with runners in scoring position, and Kendricks has already hurt him in this series, so he's not going to give him a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs.
Joe Madden on the left, Jim Hickey's pitching coach on the right.
Franklin Gutierrez is a strikeout victim his first time up, struck out swinging after the home run by Morales.
Well, here you go. They think they can get you out. What do you got?
Hit on a fastball early, hit a line drive somewhere.
Biggest thing is relax here. Don't get, just don't get too nuts. Don't get too amped up. Shane Franklin a couple steps towards right. Breaking ball for strike 1. Got him in a 1-2 pitch. Back in the second. Ahead 0-2.
Franklin came into the game hitting .253 with 7 home runs.
Long look by Moore into Lobaton. He's ready. 0-2 with 2 on. About that. Pitch count really mounting on Matt Moore. Miller at second, and you've got Morales at first. 2 outs and an 0-2 coming. Ball 1. Take a look at our Century Link to what's next. The Astros coming to town. Jared Cosart against Taijuan Walker, Joe Saunders and Jordan Lyles, and Brad Peacock and Felix. That's a 12:40 start. That's a Wednesday night game.
Taijuan Walker, his last start of the year on Monday.
Gets by the catcher Lobaton. Runners move up. Wild pitch. Well, base hit will get 2 here.
We've seen this a number of times. Lobaton's been able to keep it in front of him. That pitch barely clearing the grass. It's well out in front of home plate.
There's a great opportunity for Franklin. He's got a 2-2 count. We've seen everything that Matt Moore has. Two. Longoria gobbles it up, throws over, and that will do it. So the Mariners get no runs on a hit. You get a sacrifice in there, no errors, and 2 left. 1-0 Seattle.
through 3 innings at Safeco Field. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. Of course, the wild card spots in the American League up for grabs. One of the teams very much in the mix, the Yankees, at home today, taking on a Red Sox team trying to sweep that series. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th. Ichiro at third. It's a tie ball game. The pitch is a wild one, and Ichiro comes home with a game-winning run. The Yanks get it done 4-3. Let's send it back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, look at these wild card standings. Love the second wild card. Keeps it quite interesting, and the Rays holding on. Boy, they feel the hot breath of those 3 teams on the move. Mariners trying to sweep them. Here's Longoria. Evan Longoria looks Scott James Loney here in the 4th. Longoria with a fly to center in his first at bat.
Ramirez so far 47 pitches, 30 of them for strikes. First pitch strikes, pretty good. 12 batters faced, 9 first pitch strikes for Ramirez.
Back to the strike 1 and 2. Slicing drive right field for Goody. Makes the play. 1 out. Here in the Rays 4th, the Mariners salute the men and women of the armed forces with an EQC military special offer. And all Sunday through Thursday games, members of the U.S. military receive $5 off select view level or $10 off select main level seats. Take advantage of the special offer. All you have to do is show your valid military ID at the Safeco Field box office. Luke Scott struck out to end the first inning. Strike 1 to Luke.
It'll be interesting going into spring training next year. We've seen Taijuan Walker, now Paxton. You have Ramirez in the mix. We'll see what Holton does. He's going to the Arizona Fall League to pitch some more. Been hurt most of this year. They'll get some innings there.
Brett Miller for out number 2.
That should be a fun battle.
Yeah.
Pencil in Felix and Iwakuma, and then after that, see what happens.
See what the Mariners do in terms of trying to get another bat too. Jack Zarenzik. They want to buy about 3 more cell phones and have them all right in front of them. Have a cell phone for every division, right? Have a cell phone for every division.
He's going to be busy, that's for sure.
2 outs in the 4th. James Loney popped out. Seager.
That's trouble.
Going back is Miller. Can't get it. That is a foul ball. Boy, they catch a break.
You could tell. Yeah, you could tell right away this was in no man's land, and Brad going over trying to make the play. Ooh, that's a fair ball. Break. That's a break. I think the third base umpire, Chad Fairchild, he was blocked out by Kyle Seager right there. Kyle, I think, ends up in his view. Here's Kyle.
Yeah, he did get blocked.
And he was looking around him. He's trying to look around him. He didn't see it hit the line.
Yep.
So that's a break for Ramirez and the Mariners.
One to James Loney.
Base hit anyway.
Put that off-speed pitch up in his eyes. Second time, I think that same pitch is over, sitting first.
We'll take a look at it. 83 miles an hour. If you look at our McDonald's Supermo and the swing by James Loney. Off-speed pitches that are up in that area above the belt usually get hit hard. Solid line drive for Loney.
Brings up Matt Joyce. He flied out to right. Goes back in the second inning.
Took Franklin Gutierrez up against the fence in right field.
It's a second hit for Tampa Bay. Strike one to Matt Joyce. Center field backing up Almani a couple steps. Easy play, and that'll do it. Nothing across in the fourth inning. It's kind of day. The Hall of Famer Hopper would have loved it. Dave Niehaus, 1-0. Mariners going for a sweep against Tampa Bay. Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Kendrys Morales leadoff homer in the second has the Mariners on top here. The Mariners attempting to sweep the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's revisit the trivia question. Last time the Mariners had 3 or more guys with 20 or more home runs in a season. I went with 03. Mike went with 07. Fans went with him. Survey says it is indeed 07. Mr. Beltre, Mr. Guillen, Raul Ibanez, and Richie Sexson. That was our first year. Not bad. You seen Richie?
No, not in a while. Let's see. Yeah, Justin has a chance to make it 4. He gets hot, right?
You got 16. Yeah, you got the 3. You got Ibanez 27, Morales 20, and Seager 22.
Yeah. Justin's got a shot.
Get him on a roll. Why not? 0-1 to Saunders. Base hit his first time. What was an early tight game, Mike, is a blowout now. Oakland 7-1 over Houston down in Oakland behind Bartolo Colon.
I see that Cleveland, they did lose that game to the Mets 2-1.
Playing 2 to Saunders. Saunders, Smoke, and Ackley here in the fourth. Matt Moore struck out 3, walked 2, 1 intentional.
Saunders with a base hit his first time up in the second inning. Matt Moore threw him a breaking ball, left it up. Michael hit it hard in the left center field for a base hit.
Two and 2. Nolan Ryan was a big grunt guy, wasn't he?
He was. You could hear him. Randy from time to time.
2 and 2. Sky to left, fighting the sun. Matt Joyce. Tough. Coming up this fall, they're on Root Sports. It's the high school football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. We continue the season next Thursday with Tahoma Bears versus the Bethel Braves at 7 p.m. Don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season on Root Sports. Who you got in that one?
Good luck to the Bethel Braves in that one. Of course, a proud graduate of Bethel Braves.
There you go.
I think the following week they're going to have Graham Kapowson on, which they also play those games at Bethel at Art Craig Stadium.
In tight to Smoke, moves him out of the way. Struck him out on a 3-2 pitch first time. Kendrys Morales, the leadoff homer in the second, the only score so far. Rasmo Ramirez has held Tampa Bay. No runs and 2 hits. Struck out 2, walked 1. One Smoke. Maybe high enough. Is it far enough to get out of here? His first right hand home run. Get out! Oh, we caught it. He gave it a good ride. Smoke still looking for the elusive first home run, right-handed.
That sounded pretty good too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit too high. He skies it. Looks like he puts a good swing on it too. Thought he had enough.
Sam, make that Matt Joyce.
Yeah, fighting the sun out there in left field.
He was open.
Dustin Ackley takes ball 1. Dustin walked his first time.
Shift on again for Ackley. No question. Joe Maddon's the only guy in the American League we see do this consistently.
Up and down the lineup. Yeah, he'll shift all over the place. And even with the right-handed hitters, he'll bring them around on the left side of the infield, which I can't think of anybody else that does that.
No way. I'm not thinking of too many guys in the National League that do it. Angels 3-2, top of the 5th. Down at Anaheim over the Rangers. 2-1.
Dustin Ackley coming into the game hitting .257. He's had to do a lot of work to get his average up there. Earlier in the season he was hitting right around 200. So to hit .257 at this point, been on a pretty good run.
2-2. Ackley running down the line hard, but thrown out by Ben Zobrist. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 4th. A 1-0 lead. At Freedom of Riding Sound Transit. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org. Beautiful day here in Seattle to be riding Sound Transit, coming to the ballpark or leaving at the conclusion of this ball game. Kelly Johnson will lead it off here in the fifth. Kelly Johnson, Jose Lobaton, and Sam Full, bottom third of the order against Erasmo Ramirez. Strike one to Kelly Johnson, flied out to right. Zobrist and Loney have the two hits for Tampa Bay. Mariners have four. The big one, a leadoff homer by Morales in the second inning. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. Nice work by Morales. That's his third, by Ramirez, beg your pardon. That's his third strikeout. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Houston in town for 3. Don't forget Felix in the King Court on Wednesday. That's a Wednesday night game. Off to St. Louis. That's a big road trip. St. Louis, Detroit, and the Angels, and then come home for the final homestand of the season, Kansas City and the Athletics. Strike one, Jose Lobaton. He grounded out first, actually to the pitcher. That's that ball that went down the line and hit the bag. Ramirez went over and he made the play.
Well, Ramirez is, I think he has better command of his off-speed pitches today than his fastball. A lot of first pitch strikes, getting those first pitch strikes on his breaking ball. But his fastball percentage is going up. I think he wants to show it a little bit more up out of the strike zone. He's elevated his fastball quite a bit. Then he comes back with something off speed.
Missed just off the plate, 1-2. Outside, teams trailing Tampa Bay entering today. Baltimore's lost, Cleveland's lost. The Yankees in Kansas City have won. The Angels are winning. What a rugged schedule. We talked about it the last couple of days. Rugged schedule for Tampa Bay. That misses. That was a good looking pitch.
Not miss. That's a good pitch right there. Throw that pitch in, have it run back on the corner. You can see our EQC tracer shows it being in the strike zone.
Well inside that box.
Good pitch.
3-2. Struck him out. There's a movement on that one.
It's starting to get sharper. Pitch count now up to 68 pitches, but he looks like he's getting better command of his pitches. Stayed with it. We talked about him elevating his fastball. This pitch is in the middle of the plate, but it's up. Johnson can't get to it.
Here's Sam Fuld. 2 down here in the fifth.
Sam walked his first time up and then stole second base. Was left stranded at third. And end of the third inning.
Right now Tampa Bay 2-7 on this road trip. Swing and a miss. They go home for Boston for 3. Fly back out for Minnesota for 3, and then home for Texas for 4 and 3 with make that 4 with Baltimore, and then finish on the road New York and Toronto.
Boy, another good pitch.
Well, Schreiber's got balls and strikes today. Three and one. On deck hitter David DeJesus. Full count now to Fuld. 2 out, nobody on. Three, 2. Lost it. Second time he's walked Sam Fuld. Sam stole a base. Last time in the third inning. Here's to Jesus, a strikeout and a ground out to second. Product of Rutgers University baseball.
That's the thing with Fuld. He's walked him twice now. Last time he walked him, he stole second, and he looks like he wants to go again. Really, the only way he's going to hurt you. He only has 2 home runs on the year. Surprised Ramirez didn't go right after him with some fastballs.
Strike one. Goes over to get Fuld back. Fuld with a stolen base in the third, his 7th of the season. Not much of a lead by Fuld. 0-1 pitcher to De Jesus. And on the outside corner.
Fuld at first base. He looks like he's trying to get some momentum going. Ramirez is going to have to stop him and not let him continue to just work his way off of first base.
That's what the 2 starters have done thus far. 0-2 here. Fuld. Like he might be ready to run there.
Yeah, he's been doing that, and I think he's just trying to time the delivery of Ramirez. So I like that he's thrown over there a couple of times. And
back. Taiwan Walker making his home debut tomorrow. Looking forward to that. It'll be his 2nd time against Houston. Should be fun. Off-speed pitch misses. Counts at 1-2, 2 outs. Runner at first. Kendrys Morales' home run is 20th, the only run of this ball game. It led off the 2nd inning.
you can see, Dave, the 2 walks to Fuld. How much harder Ramirez is having to work. Fuld hitting 9th in the lineup. Just a 203 hitter coming into the game. He's going to have to be more aggressive with him the next time up because he's making him work awfully hard. Blanco going out to the mound. That's after he strikes out the first 2 batters and he walks them.
And it's not like Fuld had seen a lot of them. It was the first time he's faced off against Sam Fuld. He treated him like a 303 hitter instead of a 203 hitter.
And I could see it even if he felt that he was going to hit one out of the ballpark on him, but he has 2 home runs on the year. Where he can cause us problems is where he's at right now. And I give Ramirez credit. He's working hard to try to keep him over at first base, but that's the whole point. Make him earn his way on instead of giving him a walk.
2 outs and a 1-2 count to De Jesus. De Jesus with the Cubs, 247, 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. 268 since coming over to Tampa Bay. One and two, full takes off. Hit, swung on and missed. So a lot of work went into that. He comes up with his 5th strikeout, nothing across in the 5th inning. 1-0 Mariners.
For the 5th, Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. Let's get you up to date on some of the scores involving teams in the wild card mix in the American League, and that would include the Cleveland Indians. When you look at the schedules the rest of the way, theirs is very favorable, but they fall to the Mets today 2-1. Rangers trailing the Angels 3-2 in the 5th, and Oakland in control against Houston 7-1, top of the 5th. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, look at that race. Something else, isn't it? Mariners try to build now. They got just a 1-0 lead. Henry Blanco leads off. Blanco, Miller, and Almonte 9-1 and 2 here in the 5th inning. Henry a strikeout victim to end the 2nd inning. Left a couple of men on. Moore not as sharp as we anticipated, given that he's riding an 8-1 road record and has won his last 7 ball games.
Gives you an idea how good his stuff is, though. I agree with you, Dave. And he's really struggled with his changeup, which is typically his best pitch. Those last 2 changeups up out of the strike zone. He's done it home, on the road, which Dave was talking about. 12 games on the road, 8-1 record, ERA just over 3.
Henry Blanco's worked the full count. Right two. Ooh, where did I get the umpire? Paul Schreiber. Blanco trying to get the Mariners going here in the 5th inning. Three, 2. And he works a walk. It's the 3rd walk issued by Matt Moore. Coming up, our Century Link to what's next. 3 night games. 3 night games. You got Kosar, Walker, Lyle, Saunders, Peacock, and Hernandez, and the weather forecast is outstanding for that Houston series.
See if the Mariners can take advantage of a leadoff walk. Bring up Brad Miller back top of the lineup. Brad, it's 2 for 2. A couple of base hits to right field.
1 to Brad. Mariners have won the first 2 games of this series, 6-4 and 6-2. Speed pitch for strike 1-1. Brad Miller's got 2 of the Mariner 4 hits. Morales' home run and Saunders a base hit the other 2. Two balls and 1 strike.
There you go, 78 pitches. Nobody out in the 5th.
2-1 to Miller. Fly ball right field, backing up to Jesus. One out here in the Mariner 5th with a man aboard. Brighten up the middle of your work week. Spend Wednesday evening in a sea of yellow shirts. Enjoy the Kings Court. Felix facing the Astros. Get your very own Kings Court t-shirt, K-card, and ticket for only $30 when you visit Mariners.com/Felix. Brings up Adrian, make that Abraham Almontes. You see those shirts all around the American League now. It's been fun with that tradition starting a couple of years ago.
See a lot of them on Wednesday down in the left field corner.
Chopper just gets over the head of the pitcher. Almontes nipped at first. Nice play by Zobrist.
But once it was able to get past Moore, he might beat this out. Good play by Zobrist, getting rid of it quickly.
Bang banger. Zobrist never quit on it, and he knew who was running too. Brings up Kyle Seager with the runner to second now.
Kyle come up with a base hit, drive in a run. Mariners 0 for 3 this afternoon with runners in scoring position. Neither team many opportunities. Mariners 0 for 3. The Rays are 0 for 2.
Look out. Oh, man. Whizzed by a couple of grounds crew. Getting ready to come out at the conclusion. And it went down the hallway there. Henry Blanco, the runner at second for the Mariners. Lead off walk. 3-2 pitch. 0-1 to Seager. Speed pitch, foul up.
He's left a number of off-speed pitches up in the zone. That breaking ball was just a hanger. Kyle had a good aggressive swing at it.
Seager's got a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Little blooper. That's run down by Full, but hung up in the air nicely for him. And Sam's able to track it down. Mariners leave a runner, lead it 1-0. Sports, being brought to you by Puget Sound Acura dealers. Visit your Puget Sound Acura dealers to test drive the extremely new MDX. Gorgeous day to be here in Seattle. Lots of things to do in this fantastic weather. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Mariners lead 1-0, and a Kendrys Morales leadoff homer in the second. It's his 20th home run of the season.
For Ramirez, 80 pitches, working through the first 5 innings. And this inning right here will be probably one of his tougher ones. That's 2, 3, 4 due up. Zobrist, Longoria, and Scott.
Straightaway center field, backing up Almonte onto the track, and he makes a catch. Let's check in what's the latest with Tom Glasgow.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot from the Forge Sports Desk. Seahawks fans breathing a huge sigh of relief. Their guys got it done in the season opener for 2013. Wasn't easy, wasn't pretty, but who cares? They got the W, 12-7 over the Panthers back in Carolina. Huge day for Russell Wilson, 25 of 33, 320 yards and a touchdown. Guess who's coming to town next Sunday night? The 49ers, who are taking on the Packers today. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you. That place is going to rock next Sunday night for sure. Congratulations to the Seahawks for getting their first win of the season, and he, among many thousands, will be across the street at the link. Evan Longoria, the hitter, a couple fly balls today. Three 0 to Longoria. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks by Ramirez today. Luke Scott's on deck. Like he wanted no part of Longoria in that at bat.
It looked like a 3-0 breaking ball and slider.
third walk sets it up for Luke Scott. Strikeout, a soft liner to Brad Miller at short.
Tell you the truth, I can't say that I blame him. Trying to protect a 1-0 lead, and Longoria with 29 home runs on the year.
Luke Scott now career 0 for 4 as Charlie Furbush starting to warm up. That's 5 straight balls thrown out by Ramirez. Backing up Goody towards a right center field gap. He's under it. 2 outs. Man at first to bring up James Loney. Make sure you take advantage of the best deal in baseball on select Wednesdays. Each member of your family can pick up a ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi for as low as $15. It's all part of Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package nights here at Safeco Field. Next event coming up this Wednesday. Astros in town, 7:10 first pitch. To get your savings, log on to Mariners.com/specials. Loney 1 for 2. He popped out to Seager and got a base hit to right. Looking forward to seeing Taijuan Walker on the left. Pitch tomorrow. James Paxton on the right. Got his first big league win last night. 6 strong innings. Here's Loney. Slaps it through the hole. So Rays now with 2 outs, 2 on. Second hit for Loney. Number 7 hitter in the American League starting today.
It's a good fastball, 94 miles an hour, but it's in the middle of the plate. As Dave was saying earlier in the game, Loney typically will not try to do too much with it. Slaps it through the hole on the left side of the infield.
Matt Joyce. 2 outs and 2 on.
Next pitch will be 90 for Ramirez.
Mariners going for their 3rd sweep of this season. They swept the Angels here back in July, and that was right going into the All-Star break and coming out of the All-Star break, a sweep at Houston. A 1-1 count here to a good hitter, Matt Joyce. Goody coming over. He's there. So the Rays strand 2. A couple of balls hit hard. No harm done. 1-0 Mariners. run in the ballgame. A leadoff homer into second as we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ballgame. First pitch you saw from Matt Moore leading off the second. Home run number 20. RBI number 75. And he joins Seager and Ibanez in the 20 home run club for your Seattle Mariners. Ibanez with 27, Seager with 22. So Morales, Gutierrez, and Saunders here in the sixth against Matt Moore. 4, 5, and 6. First pitch from Matt. Breaking ball misses. Ball 1. Wesley Ray, saw him last night. Pitched an inning. Struck out 2. Gave up 1 base hit. Two and 0. Center field, right at full.
He's really starting to heat up, isn't he? Morales hitting the ball hard.
I like it. Morales in the afternoon, a leadoff homer, an intentional walk, and a line out the center field.
And after the intentional walk, Franklin Gutierrez came to the plate with 2 outs and a couple of runners on. He hit it hard, but it was right at the third baseman Longoria that ended the inning.
Matt's going to be thinking about this curveball and flight back to St. Pete. Hasn't been sharp at all.
And his changeup. All his off-speed pitches, he's either leaving him up out of the zone or bouncing him in front of home plate. He just can't get a feel for it. He's had a good fastball today.
1-1 to count to Goody. 0 for 2. Top of the 7th, Angels 3-2 over Texas. Bottom of the 6th, Oakland 7-1 on Houston. Eric Bedard now pitching for the Astros. $18,645 on hand here today. 1-2 to Goody. Takes that pitch outside. 2-2.
There you go again, Dave. The breaking ball just seems to be rolling up there. It's up, out over the plate. Not much on it.
One of those days. I mean, this isn't a league pitcher.
No, this is one of the better pitchers you're going to see in the American League.
Sky right field. DeJesus long run. He's there. Easy play. 2 outs. Here's Tom Glasgow.
Dave, thanks for the Ford Sports Desk. A little college football. You know, the Big Sky Conference has really shown its quality early in this season. Last week, Eastern Washington winning at Oregon State. The conference nearly got a couple of more wins over FBS schools yesterday. Late touchdown gave SMU a come-from-behind win over Montana State. Portland State almost got it done at Cal before the Bears pulled it out 37-30. We've got Big Sky football coming your way on Root Sports. Our first game Thursday, the 26th, Cal Poly in the Rose City to take on Portland State. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you. 2 outs for Michael Saunders. 1 for 2 today. Base hit to left and a fly out to left. Two and 0. Moore's got to be thinking, I'm glad to be down just 1-0.
I think he also knows this is going to be his last inning. That's 95 pitches for him right there.
Fold started back. Now he comes in fighting the sun, and he makes the play. Boy, he hung with him. Not easy. That Sun's murder out there. 1-0 Mariners here at Safeco Field. Sports being brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. By Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by Jack in the Box. Go big at participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. Great look at Elliott Bay on Kids Appreciation Day. They got their capes. They're going to get a chance to run around the bases at the conclusion of this ball game. Kevin Kremen did a great radio spot last year. Did they bring it back this year?
No, but he did another one too.
All right, he talked about being a little kid and wanted to play Superman, get that bath towel and put it around his neck.
You can see it, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. Kevin, a long time executive producer and engineer on Mariners Radio. I heard that driving home after on a post game, and he deadpanned it, and it totally caught me by surprise. I said, well, that's the Colonel. He was talking about being back in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was cracking up, man.
Doesn't he deadpan everything? That's pretty much it.
Kelly Johnson 0 for 2, 0-2. He's 0 for 2 in the afternoon.
Well, 95 pitches now for Ramirez, and we have some action out in the Mariners bullpen. Charlie Furbush, we saw him earlier. He is up and throwing. And Medina, yeah. Yorvis Medina also.
He got a well-deserved day off.
Yes, he did.
Here's what these starters have done today. Inside and missed 2-2. Kelly Johnson, Jose Lobaton, and Sam Fuld 7-8-9 in the order. Good count. Into the dugout. That'll move some of the fellas.
Next pitch will be 100. Season high 112. Once against the Angels.
That's a walk, a leadoff walk. Kelly Johnson, a fourth walk today issued by Ramirez. Brings up Lobaton, who's 0 for 2.
A lot of right-handed hitters on the bench for Joe Madden today. Jennings is over there. Will Myers, Escobar. Delman Young.
Big swing and a miss. Lobaton got an 0-2 count. Mariners going for the sweep at Tampa Bay. Last time they pulled off a 3-game sweep of the Rays. You have to go back to 2006. August 7, 8, 9 of 06. Missed. Outside corner. One, two. Took a lot off, fouled it away.
Well, the fly ball out. James Paxton is going to have 11 ground ball outs. 11 fly ball outs for Ramirez today. Where his pitch count is, he could use a double play ball right now.
No doubt. It's like he's nibbling a lot more than.
Just throw so many off-speed pitches. His fastball percentage has been about 50%. At times dipped below that. So many off-speed pitches, change-ups and sliders.
2-2 count. Slapped in the left field for a base hit. Come the Rays. Let's see what he does with Sam Fuld. He's twice walked.
Well, I think Fuld was up there to bunt. Number 9 hitter, and he's been struggling. That'll bring out Eric Wedge. He's going to get Charlie.
So Charlie Furbush going to take over. Ramirez pitched 6 innings plus of shutout baseball, walking 4 and striking out 5. It's a nice ovation from the fans here. 18,645. So let's see if the bullpen can preserve this. Mariners can build on it, and Ramirez would get a 6th win. So we'll take a timeout. Charlie Furbush will take over when we get back. Money Tree in time play. And Mr. Ramirez, pretty good afternoon here.
Well, he pitched well at times. Again, a lot of off-speed pitches for Ramirez today, but he ends up leaving the game, has not given up a run. Only 4 hits, working in all of his pitches. Good breaking ball, had his change up at times, and a good fastball that he was able to locate. They definitely kept the Rays off balance this afternoon. There you go, 6+ innings, 4 hits. Not give up a run. He is responsible for the 2 base runners that are out there right now. 4 walks, too many walks for him. 5 strikeouts, 106 pitches, 65 of those for strikes this afternoon. Charlie Furbush will take over, and while the pinch hitter, Will Myers, is going to pinch hit for Sam Fuld.
Myers, good hitter, 289, 11 home runs, 42 runs batted in. 42 RBIs. Highly regarded rookie obtained from Kansas City. James Shields deal. Beautiful day, man. That sky is fabulously beautiful. Blue. Full flying plane ahead. Above us. There's a strike from Charlie, 1-1.
Good fastball from Charlie.
Couple of men aboard, nobody out. Go. Did not. It's Jeff Kellogg at first. Two balls, one strike.
Yeah, borderline pitch right there. Good fastball, 94 miles an hour. Looked like it was right at the bottom of the strike zone. Charlie didn't get the call, so he's in tough shape now in a 3-1 count.
Needs a good strike here. 3-1. There it is. Full count.
Great pitch right on the outside corner. Split the corner. Charlie has a good fastball today. Also will throw the slider at the back foot of the right-handed hitters, trying to get him to swing over the top of it.
Johnson and Lobaton, the runners. 3-2 to Myers. Going there.
Medina still throwing in the pen for the Mariners.
And 2 from Furbush.
That was an awkward looking swing on a fastball that was thrown down the middle. Emergency hack. Take a look at this swing. He's beat by this fastball. He just throws it by him, but you would think in a 3-2 count, wow, almost behind him when he hits it. Taking it out of the glove of Henry Blanco.
Ramirez leaves with a 1-0 lead, and hoping Charlie Furbush can keep it that way. Nobody out, 2 on. 3-2 to Myers. Walked in, bases loaded. Uh-oh. Not a good thing here. Bases loaded, nobody out, top 7.
And we're going to have another pinch hitter. It'll be Delman Young going to home plate.
So Delman Young, right-hand hitter with some pop. Veteran guy, second tour duty with the Rays. Just his 6th game with the Rays. There's a chance for the old 1-2-3. Blanco, there it is. Second time the Mariners have pulled it off this season. Had one with Iwakuma in Boston, and that was quite timely.
Just right back to Charlie on a breaking ball. I like that Charlie did not rush the play at all. It took his time to make sure that he was able to get the out at home. So many times you'll see pitchers, they field the ball and then they're in a hurry and they throw it away. It helps a lot, though. Probably one of their better hitters stepping in. Switch hitter Ben Zobrist. Zobrist this afternoon, 1 for 3. Base hit in the first, couple flyouts to center.
1-2-3 double play. Ball one to Ben. Sent Almonte to the track, center field in sixth. On pitch. Fine pitch there by Charlie. 1-1. Zobrist the first inning single. Next two times up, fly to center. Pretty good hitter, runner in scoring position at 296, a homer, and 53 runs batted in. Charlie's got his work cut out for him. He's got him 1-2. Ramirez, fingers and toes crossed here, and Charlie can bail him out. Overtime, and Myers aboard. One-two here to Zobrist. Just away, 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes. Barely able to get that one out.
Charlie's made some good pitches against a tough hitter. Been able to paint the outside corner with his fastball, and then last pitch you can see the breaking ball. It's not a strike, but he didn't want to throw it for a strike. He tried to throw it down at his back foot and get him to swing over the top of it, and it almost worked. Zobrist just getting a piece of it.
Two and two. Drives it right center field, but Goody's there, and that'll do it. Fine work by Charlie Furbush. Gets out of a bases loaded situation. Nobody more relieved than Erasmo Ramirez. 1-0 Mariners, and we'll keep it right here for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to please rise. And joining us, honoring our great country with the singing of God Bless America, please welcome back Marcus Shelton.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, from the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
being brought to you by Washington's Lottery. Last year, Washington's Lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They could do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's Lottery, winning heirs are made daily. Gorgeous day here in Seattle. Glad you're with us. For Mariner Baseball, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. 1-0 lead for the Mariners. It has stood up since a Kendrys Morales leadoff homer in the second. Charlie Furbush got out of a bases-loaded situation in the top half of this inning.
What a huge jam he was in. Bases loaded and nobody out. Mariners up 1-0. He's able to get out of it with a double play ball and then a fly ball to right. Delman Young stays in the game. He's out in right field for the Rays.
Will Myers takes over in center field.
7-8-9 for the Mariners here, working in the bottom of the 7th inning. He smoked Ackley and Blanco to hit.
Are you surprised to see
I am.
Matt Moore still in there? Because as I walked back in here, I didn't expect to see him.
He's at 96 pitches now.
Smoke 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly to left.
He had a 1-2-3-6. That's what helped him.
Smoke last time up. Boy, put a charge into it. We thought he had his first home run right-handed in the 4th. But Matt Joyce made the catch about a foot away from the fence. The numbers look good for Ramirez.
Yes.
No runs through 6+ innings.
6+, just 4 hits.
0-2. Stay in the ballpark. Matt Joyce with the catch. Sun's been murder out there, but these guys have done a good job on both sides. 1 out. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years, so keep up with the pennant races and catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. Watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV today. Dustin Ackley a walk and a ground out to short. That's it, strike 1.
Looks like Medina will take over in the 8th inning. He's up and throwing in the Mariner pen again. That would make sense. Longoria is due to lead off.
Line drive, right field. Delman Young. Oh man,
No,
nice. He did not.
No.
Second base umpire out there. Quinn Walcott ran out there. He was in good position.
It's a sinking line drive into right. Ackley now 1 for 2 in the game. He also has a walk, and Young, pinch hitter, stayed on in right field. That definitely hits the outfield grass. Good call.
Joe Matt coming out. Make a pitching change. That'll do it for Matt Moore. So he goes 6 1/3. And he's going to leave behind 1-0. Great mix as usual of music and sights. Tom Simon's on the case. Well done, Tom. Mariners lead it 1-0. Pitching change for Tampa Bay, and they bring in a hard thrower. We saw him a couple of nights ago. Jake McGee.
For McGee, as Dave mentioned, his fastball, he will be in that 96 to 98 mile an hour range on the season. A 3-3 record, 61 appearances, a 4.12 ERA, 67 strikeouts to 19 walks. He's given up 8 home runs this year. And he will get Henry Blanco, the number 9 hitter for the Mariners.
Henry a strikeout and a walk today. That's an explosive looking fastball he has.
Smooth delivery, yeah, smooth delivery, and it gets on you in a hurry.
We saw him the other day. It just looked a little bit different in daylight than it did the other night. But wow.
One of the things to think about too. Mariners can hit for a little while. Maybe those shadows will get a little bit further out to home plate, make it tougher for the Rays to hit.
Good point.
I'd like to see those shadows when they're hitting about halfway out to the mound. That's when it makes it tough.
It's not pick. 1-1. Fly ball left field, battling the sun is Matt Joyce. 2 outs.
I'll bring up Brad Miller. Brad 2 for 3 this afternoon. A couple of base hits into right field.
Only run of the ball game. First pitch, Kendrys Morales saw leading off the home second. Hit it for his 20th home run, his 75th RBI.
Ooh, 99.
The 0-1 to Brad. Didn't get all of it. Will Myers is right there. And that'll do it. 7 in the books, so 1-0 Mariner lead. Nothing. Go to the 8th inning. Don't get very many 1-0 games in the American League.
No.
And if it holds, it would be the first 1-0 victory for the Mariners this season as Uravis
right?
Medina takes over.
They played a lot of 1-run games,
right?
Medina 56 appearances on the year, 65 strikeouts over the 61 innings he has pitched. ERA staying right there at 2.51. Opponent's average is 2.01 against Medina. Good fastball, 94 to 95 miles an hour, hard slider. An occasional changeup, but he basically stays with the fastball and slider. Tough hitter, his first man up is going to be Evan Longoria, number 3 hitter for the Rays.
If you were saying your prayers for good weather, guess what? They were answered. Blue sky, very comfortable temperature at 66 degrees today.
Supposed to be nice the rest of the week.
Yeah. Mariners had 6 1-0 wins last season, none this year. Three, 4, 5. Longoria, Scott, and Loney.
Hit him.
Not the start he was looking for.
Hit him with a slider.
Tying runs aboard. And brings up the DH.
Second inning in a row that the Rays have been able to get their leadoff hitter on. Last inning it was Johnson, the second baseman. He walked.
Scott going with the glasses and the eye black.
Shadow's starting to creep out there. It's still not too bad for the hitters. Gets out past the dirt onto the grass. That's when it can be a problem. Basically what you're going to see is they can see the ball. They just can't see the spin of it. It looks gray to them. And can't pick up the rotation. Right now Medina's just trying to pick up the strike zone. 3 pitches. First pitch he hit Longoria with, and he's missed with the last 2 fastballs.
Texas has taken the lead at the Angels 4-3. That's in the top of the 8th. Oakland trying to close out Houston 7-2, top 9 in Oakland. He doesn't have it right now.
No. Oliver Perez going to try to get loose in a hurry. A couple of left-handed hitters behind Scott. Loney is the lefty, and so is Joyce. Johnson. All left-handed hitters.
3-0. First strike of the afternoon from Medina.
Well, Peralta getting loose for the Rays.
Mariners got a bases loaded 1-2-3 double play to help them get out of a 7th inning jam. And Medina scuffled. That's ball 4. So now the tying and go ahead runs are aboard with nobody out.
Carl Willis.
James Loney.
Yeah, Carl Willis going to go out and see if he can find a way to get Medina into the strike zone. Loney leading the club in average, came into the game hitting .303. He is 2 for 3 this afternoon. Going to have a pinch runner. Jennings going to come out and run for Scott. So some speed at first. Jennings has been their starting center fielder.
Astros come to town tomorrow. CenturyLink link to what's next. Here are your pitching matchups. Bozart. Taijuan Walker making his home debut. Jordan Lyles, Joe Saunders, and Brad Peacock against Felix Hernandez, all on night games. So the first 2 men have reached here in the 8th inning. Nobody out. James Loney, the number 7 hitter in the American League. And he goes to work here against Medina. 1. Just throwing 1 strike.
Yeah. 7 pitches, 1 strike.
Perez continues to heat up. Ripped into the right field corner. Longoria is going to score. Jennings a flyer. Going to hold him at third. RBI double by James Loney ties it at 1-1. Loney's 3rd consecutive hit. It's his 63rd RBI and his 26th double.
We'll take a look at it. It's a fastball at 94 miles an hour. And he was looking dead red in the middle of the plate, was able to get it. Hammered it down into the corner. When you're struggling as a pitcher, that's what makes it tough. Big league hitters, especially veteran guys like Loney, they'll do that. Now we're going to get a pitching change. Eric Wedge coming out of the dugout. It'll be Oliver Perez.
Well, it's a shame for Rasmo Ramirez. Will not be able to get a W here today. 1-1 ball game here in the 8th. Of Seahawks All Access every Wednesday throughout the season at 10:30 p.m. You'll get exclusive sideline sights and sounds from weekly matchups, player interviews, and Seahawks stories you can't find anywhere else. Miss Wednesday's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Seahawks win their opener at Carolina earlier this afternoon.
Oliver Perez will take over for the Mariners. Tough situation, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Going to have a pinch hitter.
Sean Rodriguez.
Yeah, 53 appearances for Perez. 3.86 ERA, 66 strikeouts, 22 walks for him.
Rodriguez pinch hitting for Matt Joyce. Shadow creeping out onto the grass as you talked about. Here's Oliver Perez. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. A run in. Back. Inning started with Medina taking over. First pitch he hit Longoria. 3-1 pitch he walked Luke Scott. James Loney sitting on a 1-0 pitch, got a fastball and doubled into the right field corner, tied the ball game, scoring Longoria. They have 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
You can see Rodriguez, not a lot of success pinch hitting, just 2 for 20 with 10 strikeouts. 3 fastballs from Oliver up in the zone. Hector Noese getting loose in the pen.
Breaking ball in there for strike. Counting is a 2-2. Their 2-2 pitch coming.
Kelly Johnson waiting on deck, another left-handed hitter. Let's see, they probably go with Escobar. Escobar is still on the bench for the Rays.
Two and two to pinch hitter Sean Rodriguez, pinch hitting for Matt Joyce, who went 0 for 3. Rodriguez, former Angel, last out of Felix's perfect game last August. Perez is getting at a 2-2 count. Line drive, center field. Scoring is Jennings, gets by Almonte. 2-run score in Tampa Bay with the lead. Sean Rodriguez, a big base hit, and they're going to go base hit, RBI, and an E8.
Take a look at this ball. Is hit hard. It's a fastball up out over the plate. Easy pitch to get extended on. They were holding the second runner up at third, and Almonte kicks it out in center field. And then they send him, so he scores on that error. And it will be Escobar to pinch hit for Kelly Johnson.
Yunel Escobar, the everyday shortstop. Shows bunt, misses. Big at bat for Sean Rodriguez. First run he's driven in as a pinch hitter. Two and 0 count. To left field, long run, and tracking it down is Saunders. Retreating back to first is Rodriguez. It's the first out. Here's Jose Lobaton. What an inning. Hit, batter, walk. RBI double, RBI single, and E8.
We talked about it in the last inning, Dave. A walk, a hit, and a walk. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Mariners were able to get out of that jam, but
pushing your luck.
2 innings in a row.
Save there by Blanco. back 1-1. One out here in the 8th. A man aboard. Off-speed pitch. Miller to Ackley. There's one for the double play. Got him. Needed it big time. Tampa Bay puts 3 on the board. Work to do for the Mariners. 3-1 Tampa Bay. Time, but now Tampa Bay's got the lead at 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bunch of defensive changes. We will run them down for you as Joe Madden using his bench quite nicely. You've got Will Myers moving from center to right. Moving into center field is Desmond Jennings. Escobar takes over at shortstop. Moving from shortstop to second base is Ben Zobrist. And Rodriguez, is he in? He's in
left field.
He's in left field.
Yep.
New pitchers, Joel Peralta.
So a lot of changes for Joe Madden. Pinch hitters worked out for him, and they'll stay in the game. But for Peralta, 68 appearances on the year, a 2.85 ERA. Opponents hitting just 189 against him. He's given up 5 home runs on the year. You get 2, 3, 4 of the Almonte, Seager, and Morales due up here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and you can see those shadows now. They're a problem.
Almonte to lead it off. Almonte today's hit into a double play, laid down a sacrifice and grounded out to short. Foul. One the count to Abraham Almonte, leading off the Mariners' 8th. 1 pitch. Peralta, also from the deliberate school of pitching. We talked about this before. He used to throw a lot harder when he first came up, right?
He did. His fastball now is 90 to 92.
And he was 95.6, right?
He used to be. A lot more sliders and changeups from him.
Three and 1.
Kyle waiting on deck. Kyle today 0 for 3.
3 balls, 1 strike to Almonte, leading off the 8th. Takes a strike. Count runs full.
I know we showed Bub, but he was just taking that pitch all the way. We talked about Almonte, and he seems to get the game. He knows they need a base runner, and he's going to take that pitch, see if he can get a walk.
Peralta ready, 3-2 coming. Popped it up. It's out of luck. Interesting to see where Almonte fits into the mix when we get to spring training. Right now 3-2 count, leading off the 8th. Pitch from Peralta. Thanks for ball 4.
I think if he's not playing, he would look pretty good on your bench as your extra outfielder. Steal a base for you, play some good defense.
Get a bag for you every now and then.
Exactly.
Here's Kyle Seager. Bounced the first, fouled out the third, fly to center. Sun's still a factor for the outfielders and infielders. Ball 1 to Kyle. Overtime going out the top to Peralta. Jim Hickey running out, pitching coach.
Well, so far Peralta 8 pitches, just 3 strikes. It's a situation that ended up getting the Mariners in trouble. A hit batter and then a walk. See if the Mariners can do the same thing. Those things usually late in games will cost you. Lead off walks.
Left field, Rashawn Rodriguez. 1 out. I'm going to bring up Kendrys Morales, a homer and intentional walk on line out to center. First pitch he saw in the 2nd inning. Didn't mess around, did he?
No, he didn't. 20th home run of the year for Morales. He knew it. Up over Edgar's Cantina and right, or excuse me, left field. Hector Noesi starting to get loose in the Mariner pen again. Good series. 4 for 9, including that home run.
Shift on now. They got Longoria on the right side. keep Escobar at shortstop position. Want to know here to Morales. He's got a 2-0 count. To Kendricks. Dropped one in there for strike 2-1.
Borderline strike. Could have been off the plate away. Kendricks didn't like it.
Two 2-1 pitch. 3-1. You hear Peralta growling at himself. Way behind here with Goody on deck. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for Tampa Bay. A run on 5 hits and an error for the Mariners. 3-1 to Morales. And he's aboard with a walk. And the tying runs are aboard.
Nobody throwing in the Rays pen. Joe Madden going to stay with Peralta, and he is clearly struggling. 14 pitches, just 5 strikes. Hasn't thrown a first pitch strike to a batter yet. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Indy Chavez is going to come out and pinch run for Morales. Chavez is now the tying run for the Mariners.
Great spot here for Gutierrez. Strikeout. Hard ground out and a fly to right today. One out here in the 8th. Strike 1 to Franklin. Danny Farquhar hoping that when he comes into the 9th inning, the Mariners will have tied or taken the lead.
Well, Franklin hasn't played a lot this year, but he has 7 home runs.
Roller going foul. Amy Wright, we saw him last night. It's 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, a run. Mariners won last night by the count of 6-2. A 2-hole here for Goody. Struck him out. 2 outs.
Stayed with all off-speed pitches. Didn't want to give in to him, and it works. That looks like a split. Split at 81 miles an hour. Mariners on the day 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and we're going to get a pinch hitter. It'll be Raul Ibanez going to pinch hit for Saunders.
Leading home run hitter for the Mariners, Raul Ibanez, 27 home runs, third in RBIs with 62. Had that pinch hit home run to tie the ball game in the final game in Kansas City a couple of days ago.
Was off with a good closer in Holland, had a hanging split and hit it out.
All-time home run hitter here at Safeco Field. Popped it up. It's right below us for strike one.
A lot of success pinch hitting for the Mariners. 310 average in the American League. That's the highest average.
Impressive. One Raul. Way out front.
Good split. After the fastball, the Raul fouled off.
Great numbers against Peralta. And 2. And holding on is Lobaton. He's gone on 3 pitches, and that'll do it. Mariners strand a couple. 9th inning coming up. Braves lead it 3-1. In the 8th, off to get it done in the 9th now, while holding the fort here in the top half of the inning. Houston Astros coming to town. Our CenturyLink will link to what's next. Jared Cosart, Brett Young rookie with Houston, takes on a Mariners prize Jewel, Taiwan Walker, Jordan Lyles, Joe Saunders, Brad Peacock, and Felix. 3-night games. And Raul Ibanez, he takes over in left field. And they're talking about temperatures in the upper 80s on Wednesday. How about that?
Victor Noese will take over for the Mariners. 9 appearances on the year, 5.64 ERA for Hector. 18 strikeouts, 9 walks. Opponent's average high, 326. Hector's fastball be in the mid-90s. Use a slider split. Will Myers, he will lead off here in the 9th inning.
Wesley recalled back on the 3rd. Had been optioned to AAA July 26th.
Closer for the Rays is throwing now. Fernando Rodney, hard throwing right-hander. Great changeup.
Back up the middle, base hit.
Number 9 spot's been good to the Rays today. 3 walks and a single. Been on base all 4 times. Sanfold, who started the game, walked a couple of times, and then Myers came on. He has a walk and a base hit now.
Former Mariner Chris Jimenez is going to pinch hit. Jimenez. Catch, play corner outfield.
Pinch hit for Delman Young. Delman Young came on as a pinch hitter for De Jesus.
Runner goes, throw down to second. Ackley, did he get him? He did. Stayed with it. And throws and gets Will Myers.
That was a good play all the way around by Ackley. One to pick the throw. It was a short hop down at second base, and then staying with the tag as Will Myers tries to slide wide of the bag. See the ball in the dirt, able to get it cleanly, and then stays with the play.
Jimenez takes a pitch outside. That is a fair ball, and it gets by Seager. Jimenez with a double. It's his first double of the season.
Jimenez hits this right inside the bag. Kyle Seager diving for it, playing off the line. Just out of his reach, and that'll be a double.
Zobrist looks at ball 1. On a strike here to Zobrist. 1 for 4 day. And Rodney warming up. He's their closer.
Good fastball, maybe mid upper 90s with his fastball. One of the best changeups in the business.
32 saves for Fernando. Two and one. Count, a base hit. They're going to wave the runner. Here comes Jimenez. Throw. Got it. The tag by Henry Blanco.
Well, we talked about it with Almonte. A lot of tools. Talking about his speed, but we saw it on the road trip. He has a strong throwing arm. He throws this all the way in the air from center field. Good play by Blanco coming up the line.
Jimenez thrown out 8-2. Second out. Good look right here. See if he gets
Hard to tell.
Yeah, it is very difficult right there. This will be a good look right here. Well, no, it's not.
It's hard to tell.
Yep. Maybe the Mariners caught a break.
Well, take the call and feel good about it.
That would be check and check. Long throw, Henry
Strong
out there.
throwing arm. Got him right there.
Home plate umpire Paul Schreiber.
Yep. Well, he gets him right there on the back. It's a good call.
Jimenez didn't gripe.
No.
Hitters Desmond Jennings. A runner thrown out trying to steal. For the first out, the second out, runner trying to score. And there have been 3 consecutive hits.
3 hits and a walk, and they haven't scored a run.
To Jennings entered the game as a pinch runner. Goes in the 8th. Down the line. There's a 1-1 count. Scoring is Zobrist. The third Longoria. RBI double Jennings. Brings up James Loney. Jennings is 26, double 43rd RBI. There's James Loney, 3 consecutive hits today. Got an RBI double in the 8th. 4-1 lead. 10 hits now for Tampa Bay.
More than 10 hits coming in this inning.
Mm-hmm. Two and one to Loney. Bobby LaFramboise called up yesterday. Heating up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A good series for James Loney, 5 for 11. Rodriguez waiting on deck. He had a pinch hit, base hit to drive in a run.
Full count now to Loney.
One pitches for Westy here in the ninth.
3-2. Walked in, bases loaded.
That will bring out Carl Willis. Wesley's faced 6 batters in this inning. All of them have reached base. It was a caught stealing and a play by Almonte in center field to throw the runner out at the plate. That's how he was able to get the 2 outs.
Sean Rodriguez will be the hitter. RBI single to center on the 2-2 pitch against Alvar Perez in the 8th. Ball 1. Pitch. Need to throw a strike. Danger zone here. Bases loaded. 2 outs.
He's having a tough time doing that. 24 pitches in the inning. Just 8 strikes for Noesi.
They are hacking when they get positive count. Big time attack mode. Two and 1 to Rodriguez. 3-1. Seventh man to the plate. Rodney continues to heat up. High foul. Three and 2, 2 outs, and the bases loaded. Pitch to Rodriguez. Out back. This had been a good-looking 1-0 Mariner lead. Erasmo Ramirez left the game with the lead. He is no longer in line for a W. Swing and a miss is Noesi. Strikes out Rodriguez to leave him loaded. And another run on the board for Tampa Bay, and the Rays will bring in their closer, Fernando Rodney, in a 4-1 lead. In the ninth, Mariners only run a Morales home run leading off the second inning. Some work to do against one of the premier closers in the game, Fernando Rodney.
Rodney, a hard-throwing right-hander. Fastball be in the mid to upper 90s. And again, one of the better changeups you're going to see. Basically just those two pitches. And I would think with him being up 3 runs right now, he'll go right after the guys with a good fastball here to start the inning.
8th in the American League in saves with 32. Got the bottom third of the order. Smoke, Ackley, and Blanco.
There are his numbers. A 3.65 ERA for Rodney. 74 strikeouts over the 56 2/3 that he has pitched. Been up 3 home runs this year. Seven, 8, 9 for the Mariners. Smoke, Ackley, and Blanco due up.
Rodney broke in with the Tigers organization. Started playing his minor league ball in '98. Got to the big club in 2002. Was injured in '04. When he came back, he had the changeup, which you talked about. Talked to him the other day. I said, when did you develop? He said, when I came back that second time and I needed a second pitch in a desperate way. And it has really held him in good stead since then. Detroit to the Angels to Tampa Bay. At the high end of the zone, and Friday when these guys came in, I was in the dugout for the Rays, and Almonte came over, and a couple of the Rays were like, oh my God, they're built very in a similar fashion with the beard, and they said, my God, look at this mirror image. Way inside the Smoke. Guys in the dugout were cracking up. Is that your little brother?
Well, Almonte showed that kind of arm when he threw the runner out at the plate.
Both gentlemen hail from the Dominican Republic. 2-1. 2-2 now to Smoke.
And so far it's all fastballs, I would guess. So he throws a changeup now that he has 2 strikes. Missed with it. Looks like Nick Franklin's going to pinch hit for Henry Blanco.
3-2. Rodney deals. Right field. In his tracks, Will Myers. 1 out. Ackley will stand in. He's 1 for 2 with a walk.
Justin hit it hard, 98 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone, but he lined it right at the right fielder for an out.
Ackley with a walk, a ground out to short, and a base hit to right. Out back.
He is throwing hard. 98 miles an hour on that last fastball.
One and two. So held on. Ackley's gone. 2 outs.
And it will be Nick Franklin. Nick's going to pinch hit for Henry Blanco.
Two outs here in the 9th inning. Not the kind of guy you want to be coming off cold.
No, this is tough AB.
Makes you appreciate the Manny Motas and all the great pinch hitters over there, Dave Hansen and people like that. I mean, what a tough job.
Tough job. Especially when you're typically going to get the closer. And that first fastball to Nick was at 99 miles an hour. And then he comes back with a changeup at 84. It just doesn't seem fair.
0-2. Rodney gets set. 0-2 to Franklin. Blow him away, and that's your ball game. So Rasmus Ramirez pitches a heck of a ball game, and then the bullpen lets him down. The Mariners denied a sweep of Tampa Bay, and the Rays win it 4-1.
And not much offense from the Mariners today. Just the solo home run by Kendrys Morales in the 2nd inning. That's all the scoring. Morales, his 20th home run on the year, but the Mariners had some opportunities late, especially in the 8th inning after a couple of walks by the Rays. Weren't able to get a big base hit. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They do end up winning the series, though.
Yes, indeed. First time in a while they've won a series here at home against Tampa Bay. Houston's next. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Brad and Bill, Mariners post game is all yours.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Half of the homestand done in a successful first half. 2 and 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays. Just 5 hits. The guys mentioned, Bill, not a whole lot of offense. We're going to go through the offense and how the Rays got this game won today. Our Bruce Titus Automotive Group recap today. Rasmus Ramirez was really good, and Kendrys Morales was good once again. How about this shot off a very good pitcher in Moore?
Just went right, hunting that fastball. First pitch to Morales, and he smears it into the left field seats right there in Edgar's world.
Number 20, 1-0 Mariners. It stays that way. And how about this in the 7th? Bases loaded, no outs. How can you get out of this situation, Bill? How?
You know what happens? It's the old 1-2-3. Pitcher to catcher to first, double play. A beautiful thing.
Furbush gets out. Ramirez thrilled about that. Still the pitcher of record at this point. Charlie Furbush gets Zobrist to fly out to right field. So gets out of that bases loaded situation. No outs, no damage. Still 1-0 until the 8th inning. And Medina coming in, and he just had problems, Bill.
Really struggling with control of his fastball right now. He hits Longoria, walks Scott, gets into a cripple situation. Loney hits it in the corner, and the inning just falls apart from there.
Then bases loaded. Rodriguez pinch hitter off Oliver Perez gets an RBI single. The error by Almonte in center scores another run. It was 3-1. They get one more in the 9th off Noesi. It is 4-1, and that is the final. So as we go back to our local Ford keys to the game, we see the starter Rasmus Ramirez. He was excited in the dugout after he got out of that situation in the 7th, and he pitched brilliantly. Look at the numbers, Bill.
He pitched great. We talk about where the easy outs live. 8 left-handers in the lineup. I thought Erasmo got his changeup and his fastball down early. That was critical. Mixed in a breaking ball here and there. Rudy kept those Rays off balance. 16 out of 25 first pitch strikes. Used his defense. Stayed away from trouble. I mean, it was a fine job by Erasmo Ramirez. So, outside of his first start against Boston, has pitched competitive baseball every time out. Today, even better. 6+ scoreless innings for Erasmo as he makes his case to be a part of this starting rotation.
All right, that was key number 1. Your second key is the other guy. The
phenom.
Matt Moore came in, and we thought maybe the Mariners were going to get to him the first couple of innings, but boy, he settled down and pitched a whale of a ball game.
It's just an easy 92, 93. We're not seeing the 95 that we saw, before the injury. I think Matt Moore is still reaching back, trying to get back to where he was before he got hurt. But again, they've got to be pleased to see how he pitched today. Just the one run. That gives them, the rotation they're looking for down the stretch.
Yeah, he goes into the 7th inning, just the 5 hits allowed along with 3 punch-outs. All right, your final local Ford keys of the game. We were hoping they kick it around like they have done the first couple of games of the series.
How many times can you keep putting it on the number and have it come up? Boy, this Rays defense usually very, very tight. First 2 games, not so much. Poor base running and bad defense allowed the Mariners opportunities. That got tightened up. Joe Madden tightened the ship up, ran the right guys out there, and they played catch the baseball and got good pitching and some timely hitting.
Got it done, so that's the way the Rays win. It's the way the Mariners usually win as well, but the Rays avoid the sweep. 4-1 the final. Fernando Rodney coming in, getting a nice 1-2-3 save in the 9th inning, save number 33, and I'm not sure what it is. He's shooting an arrow somewhere. It's not Cupid. I'm not sure what he's doing. But Rodney and the Rays do get it done. We got more on this game. We'll hear from the skipper. Also preview the Astros coming in for 3 starting tomorrow. The post-game show right here on Root Sports.